I am open to receive morning abundance, affirmations, and moments for blessings and miracles. Something is about to shift inside you, not because of luck, not because the stars aligned in some rare configuration that will never come again, but because of something far more powerful than that. Something that has been waiting for exactly this moment, exactly this version of you, exactly this level of readiness. You chose this. You pressed play when you could have chosen the noise, the distraction, the same loop of thought that has been keeping you in the same place. But instead, something in you said, "Not today." Something in you said, "I am ready for more." That is not a small thing. That is the beginning of everything. There is a kind of person who walks through life waiting for circumstances to change before they allow themselves to receive. They are waiting for the right time, the right amount, the right proof that they deserve what they keep asking for. And so the blessings arrive and hover just outside the reach of someone who has not yet opened the door. And then there is another kind of person. The kind who decides, before the evidence arrives, before the proof is visible, before the outcome is guaranteed, that they are already the person who receives. That abundance is not something they are chasing, but something they are welcoming. That miracles are not rare events that happen to other people, but natural expressions of a life lived in alignment. You are that second kind of person, or you are becoming them right now. And the distance between those two people is not years of work or perfect circumstances or a completely healed version of yourself. The distance is one decision, the decision to open your hands, to open your mind, to open your heart to morning abundance, affirmations that do not just sound good, but actually rewire something deep inside the way you receive. That rewiring is happening right now. So take a breath that is slower than the last one. Let your body settle into this moment. Let whatever you were carrying before you pressed play stay exactly where you left it. It will be there if you need it. But for now, you are here. And here is where the shift begins. I am open to receive. Say that slowly, not as a wish, not as a question, as a statement of fact about who you are right now in this moment. I am open to receive. Feel what that opens in your chest. Feel the slight loosening that happens when you stop gripping and start welcoming. That feeling is not imagination. That is your nervous system responding to a new signal. The signal that says it is safe to receive. It is safe to have more. It is safe to stop bracing and start opening. Let us go deeper. I am open to receive abundance in every form it chooses to arrive. But in every form, expected and unexpected, visible and invisible. There is a version of abundance you have been imagining for years. The specific number, the specific relationship, the specific recognition. And those things are real, and they are coming. But there is also an abundance that exists beyond your imagination. A version of your life that your current mind cannot fully picture because it is larger than anything you have allowed yourself to want. That version is possible, and it is waiting for you to stop limiting the form in which you will accept it. I release the need to control how blessings arrive, and I simply open to receive them. This is harder than it sounds. The mind that has been responsible for keeping you safe wants to know the plan. It wants the route mapped before it allows the destination. It wants assurance before it relaxes the grip. But blessings are not delivered by spreadsheet. They move through alignment. They flow through openness. They find the person who stopped arguing with the timing and started trusting the process. Releasing control is not passive. It is one of the most active, courageous decisions a person can make. It is saying, I trust what I cannot see more than I fear what I cannot predict. I am a magnet for miracles and morning abundance because my inner world matches what I am calling in. This is the principle that changes everything. The outer world does not create the inner world. The inner world creates the outer world. The person who is already grateful receives more to be grateful for. The person who is already open receives more to receive. The person who already sees themselves as worthy of financial blessings begins to find those blessings in places they had stopped looking. Your energy is not a passive thing that responds to circumstances. It is a creative force that shapes them. And right now, your energy is shifting. Right now, the frequency of your inner world is moving toward the frequency of everything you have been asking for. I do not chase what is meant for me because what is meant for me is already moving toward me. Think about the moments in your life when the best things arrived. Were they forced? Were they the result of relentless grinding and white-knuckled control? Or did they arrive through a combination of preparation and openness? Through being in the right state of mind at the right moment to recognize and receive what was being offered. The blessings you are calling in are already moving. They are already in motion. The only question is whether you will be open enough to receive them when they arrive. And the answer is yes, because that is why you are here. And that is what this morning is for. I welcome financial blessings not as something rare, but as something natural and flowing. Money is energy. It moves toward alignment. It flows to people who believe they are worthy of it, who use it with intention, and who hold it without fear. Most people have an unspoken story about money, a belief they inherited before they were old enough to question it. A story that says money is hard, or money changes people, or someone like me does not get to have enough. That story is not yours anymore. You are releasing it right now, not through force but through the simple act of choosing a different story. The story that says money flows to me, abundance finds me. I am worthy of financial blessings, not because I have earned them through suffering, but because I am alive, and I am aligned, and I am open. I receive without guilt. I receive without apology. I receive without the need to justify why I deserve it. You deserve it because you exist. You deserve it because you are here. You deserve it because the universe does not withhold abundance from people who are ready to receive it with gratitude and use it with purpose. The guilt around receiving is one of the most common blocks between the life you are living and the life that is waiting for you. Someone told you that wanting more was greedy. Someone showed you that needing things was weakness. Someone made you feel like your desires were too large to be taken seriously. Those voices were wrong. Your desires are not too large. They are direction. They are signals from the deepest version of yourself about what you are here to experience and create and contribute. Receive them. Honor them. Stop apologizing for them. I trust divine timing even when I do not understand it. There are things you have prayed for that have not arrived yet. There are things you have worked toward that are still in progress. There are outcomes you want that feel frustratingly out of reach, and the temptation is to interpret the delay as a denial, to read the waiting as a sign that it is not coming, to let the gap between the asking and the receiving become a space that fills with doubt. But what if the delay is not a denial? What if the delay is a preparation? What if the time between the request and the manifestation is the time being used to prepare you to receive it fully, to hold it without losing it, to integrate it without it changing who you are in the wrong ways? The things that have not arrived yet are not lost. They are in transit, and the waiting, as uncomfortable as it is part of the process. Divine timing is not slow, it is precise. And what arrives in perfect timing arrives in a way that nothing forced could ever replicate. I believe in what I cannot yet see, because seeing is never where belief begins. Faith is not the response to evidence. Faith is the precursor to it. The person who waits for proof before they believe will always be one step behind the life they are trying to build, because the belief is what creates the conditions. The belief is what shapes the attention. The belief is what determines which signals you notice and which ones you walk past without recognizing. Every person who has built something significant, who has received something extraordinary, who has lived a life that looked impossible from the outside, did it by believing before the evidence arrived. You are practicing that today. Right now, you are building the belief that makes the evidence possible. I am surrounded by signs of abundance that I am now choosing to see. Signs do not shout. They are quiet. They are the unexpected opportunity that appears in a conversation you almost did not have. They are the idea that arrives at 3 in the morning when your conscious mind has stopped trying. They are the person who mentions exactly the thing you needed to hear at the exact moment you needed to hear it. They are the small financial blessings that are easy to dismiss, but are actually the first movements of a larger flow. Most people walk past their signs every day, not because the signs are absent, but because the signs do not match the idea of what a miracle is supposed to look like. Miracles rarely arrive as dramatic announcements. They arrive as quiet openings, as gentle shifts, as small moments that contain enormous implications for anyone paying close enough attention. You are paying attention. And because you are, you will start to see them everywhere. I do not push them away with doubt, delay, or unworthiness. Pushing things away does not always look like rejection. Sometimes it looks like minimizing, telling yourself the good thing that arrived was not really that significant, waiting for something bad to follow the good because that is the pattern you have learned to expect. Feeling uncomfortable when things go well because somewhere you decided that difficulty was more familiar than ease. Today you are choosing ease. Not because ease is all there is, but because you are allowed to experience it. Because ease is not a trap. Because good things do not have to come with a price. Because you are allowed to receive fully and completely without immediately looking over your shoulder for what will go wrong. I say yes to every opportunity that is aligned with who I am becoming. Not every opportunity is yours. Saying yes to everything is not openness. It is chaos. But the opportunities that resonate, the ones that feel like alignment even before you can articulate why, the ones that arrive and immediately feel like they belong in the story you are building, those you say yes to without hesitation, those you welcome with your whole self. And as you say yes to aligned opportunities, you create space for more of them. I am in complete harmony with the flow of abundance. Harmony is not a passive state. It is achieved through the consistent practice of thoughts and choices in moments like this one, where you deliberately shift your internal orientation from closed to open, from resistant to receptive, from doubting to trusting. Every single time you do this, the harmony deepens. Every single time you choose this morning practice over the morning that begins in distraction and urgency, you are tuning yourself to a frequency that abundance recognizes and moves toward. You are becoming someone who receives naturally, not as a performance, not as a strategy, but as a genuine expression of a person who has decided they are worthy of everything they are calling in. I make space for miracles by releasing what no longer belongs. You cannot receive new things with your hands full of old things. You cannot build a new identity while desperately clinging to the old story. You cannot welcome the life you are growing into while defending every corner of the life you are growing out of. Making space is an act of faith. It says, I trust that what is coming is better than what I am releasing. It says I am willing to be in the in-between, the space where the old is gone and the new has not yet fully arrived, because I know that space is temporary and the arrival is real. What do you need to release today? Not dramatically, not with ceremony, but quietly, honestly. The belief that is no longer serving you, the story that is keeping you small, the habit of receiving partially instead of fully. Release it, make space, open the door. I walk in the energy of answered prayers because what I have asked for is already done. This is the posture of someone who receives, not someone who hopes, not someone who wishes, someone who already knows, someone who is already settled into the certainty of what is coming and moves through their day from that place of grounded expectation. There is a difference between waiting desperately and waiting with certainty. Desperate waiting is exhausting. It is anxious and vigilant and constantly scanning for evidence that things are going to work out. Waiting with certainty is peaceful. It is present. It is fully engaged with today while completely at rest about tomorrow. That peace is available to you, not as a spiritual achievement that requires years of practice, but as a choice, right now. In this moment, you already prayed it, you already asked, you already put it into motion. Now the only remaining question is whether you can receive it with the same faith with which you asked. And you can. You absolutely can. I celebrate every small sign of abundance because small signs become large flows. There is a principle at work in the universe that most people overlook in their rush toward the big thing. What you recognize and honor and express genuine gratitude for creates more of itself. The $20 that arrived unexpectedly. The unexpected discount that saved exactly what you needed saving. The free meal from a friend who happened to think of you. The parking spot that appeared at the exact right moment. The idea that arrived and solved a problem you had been carrying for weeks. These things are not coincidences. They are the opening movements of a much larger symphony, and the person who stops to say, I see you, I receive you, I am grateful for you, is the person who gets to hear the rest of the symphony. Stop rushing past the small miracles. They are practice, and they are announcing what is coming. I honor the energy of money by receiving it with gratitude and using it with purpose. They receive it with genuine appreciation. They use it with intention. They do not hold it so tightly that it cannot move, and they do not release it so carelessly that it disappears without creating anything real. The energy of money responds to how you hold it in your mind. If you believe it is scarce and that having it makes you someone to be resented, it will behave accordingly. If you believe it is a tool for creating good in your life and the lives around you, it will flow toward that purpose. What is your current relationship with money? Not what you say about it, what you actually feel when you think about receiving more of it. Because that feeling is the invisible ceiling above every financial blessing trying to enter your life. Today you are raising that ceiling. Today you are deciding that money is welcome here, that abundance is natural here, that prosperity is not something that happens to other people but something that is already expressing itself through you in ways that are growing every single day. I receive financial blessings with confidence, and I hold them without fear. Fear around money is one of the most widespread invisible forces shaping people's lives. The fear of losing what you have. The fear that more will bring problems. The fear that receiving will make you a target. The fear that you will make the wrong decision with it. It's the fear that you do not know enough to be trusted with abundance. These fears are not facts. They are learned responses. And learned responses can be unlearned. They can be replaced with something more accurate. Something that says, I am capable of receiving well. I am capable of holding what arrives. I am capable of making good decisions with abundance because I am someone who is growing in wisdom every single day. Fear closes the hand. Faith opens it. Today your hand is open. I am aligned with the vibration of miracles and morning abundance because alignment is a choice I make every single day. Alignment is not a destination. It is a daily practice. It is made up of moments exactly like this one, where you stop and choose deliberately to orient your inner world toward what is possible instead of what is probable, toward what you are building instead of what you are afraid of, toward who you are becoming instead of who you have been. Some days the alignment comes easily. Some days it requires more effort. On those days especially, come back to this. Come back to the practice. Come back to the choice. Because the choice, made consistently, becomes the person. And the person becomes the life. I am not just hoping for abundance. I am the embodiment of it. This is the shift that changes everything. The moment when you stop being the person who wants abundance and start being the person who is abundance. Not because you have everything figured out, not because every problem is solved, but because you have decided at the level of identity that abundance is your natural state. Not as performance, not as affirmation without substance, but as a genuine reorientation of who you understand yourself to be. The person who has decided they are abundant sees opportunities that the person who is chasing abundance walks past. The person who has decided they are worthy of financial blessings makes decisions that the person seeking permission to be worthy cannot access yet. Identity precedes outcome always. Who have you decided you are today? I expand. I do not shrink. not in the face of doubt, not in the face of people who do not understand the path I am on, not in the face of moments that test whether I actually believe what I have been saying. I expand. There are forces in life that will always try to make you smaller. Comparison that makes your path feel insufficient. Criticism from people who are afraid of their own expansion and so they challenge yours. Setbacks that seem designed to make you question whether growth is actually possible. The inner voice that sounds so reasonable when it suggests you are asking for too much. None of those forces have authority over your expansion unless you give it to them. And you are choosing not to give it to them. You are choosing to expand into the life you want, into the person you are becoming, into the level of abundance and blessing and miraculous living that you have been calling in. The expansion is not arrogance, it is alignment. It is you becoming the size of the life that was always available to you. I am open to divine partnerships that amplify everything I am building. You are not meant to build this alone. The people who will multiply your impact, who will bring skills and perspective and opportunities that complement exactly what you are carrying, those people are already being drawn toward your alignment. But you have to be open to them. You have to be willing to receive collaboration as abundantly as you receive all other blessings, the help that arrives, the mentor who appears, the community that holds you accountable to the highest version of yourself. All of these are forms of abundance. All of these are miracles wearing ordinary faces. I am open to them all. My life is a direct reflection of the abundance that is already moving through me. Look at your life not as a fixed state, but as a flow. Not as a verdict, but as a process. What is moving through it right now? What is building? What is shifting? What is beginning to take shape that did not exist 6 months ago? If you look with honest eyes, you will find evidence. Evidence of growth that happened quietly while you were focused on what had not yet arrived. Evidence of healing that happened slowly while you were measuring the distance still remaining. Evidence of alignment that has been building through every choice you have made to show up for your own becoming. Your life is already abundant, and it is becoming more so every single day. Everything in your life is working together for your highest good even when you cannot see how. This is the trust that makes receiving possible. The belief that even the difficult chapters are contributing to something. Even the things that look like setbacks from the outside are repositioning you for something more aligned. Even the closed doors are protecting you from paths that would have cost you more than they gave. Everything is connected. Everything is contributing. Everything, from the most beautiful moment to the most challenging one, is part of the architecture of a life that is being built with more intelligence and care than your conscious mind could design on its own. Trust it. Not blindly, not passively, but with the open-eyed trust of someone who has seen the pattern enough times to recognize it. The pattern is real, and it is working in your favor. The miracle you have been waiting for is not delayed. It is being prepared. And the preparation requires something from you. Not more effort. Not more worthiness, not a better version of yourself before you are allowed to receive. The preparation requires openness, the willingness to receive in whatever form the miracle has to arrive, the flexibility to recognize a blessing even when it is wearing a disguise, the presence of mind to say yes when the moment comes, instead of hesitating for so long that the opening closes. You are prepared, you are ready, you are open, and the miracle is closer than it has ever been. I release every limiting belief about what I am allowed to receive. What were you taught about people like you? About what people from your background get to have? About how much is reasonable? About when wanting more becomes wanting too much? Those teachings shaped your receiving. They created an invisible ceiling, a point at which you stop allowing abundance in, not because it stopped coming, but because some deep part of you decided this is the limit. This is where someone like me stops. You are setting that ceiling higher today, not by pretending the old story never existed, but by choosing a new story with full awareness of the old one. And I am choosing something different now. What you are allowed to receive is not determined by your history. It is determined by your alignment, and your alignment is growing every single day you do this work. I am the person my future self is grateful for right now. Your future self exists. That is looking back on this period of their life. That person exists, and they are grateful. For every morning you chose this practice over the distraction. For every moment you stayed open when closing felt easier. For every choice you made toward becoming the person capable of receiving what was always available. That future self is not a fantasy. They are the logical destination of the path you are already on. Keep walking. Keep opening. Keep receiving. I am the evidence that abundance is available to everyone who is willing to align with it. Your story matters, not just to you. The life you are building, the blessings you are receiving, the prosperity that is flowing through you in growing abundance. These things are not just for you. They are evidence. They are proof for every person in your life who is still on the fence about whether this kind of life is actually possible. Your abundance is a beacon. Your prosperity is permission. Your open and receiving life is a demonstration to everyone watching that alignment is real and that choosing it changes everything. Be the evidence, live the proof, and let your life be the most compelling argument for what is possible when someone decides to open. I am grounded, I am grateful, I am aligned, and I am ready. Not someday, not when everything is in order, not when the conditions are perfect and the doubt is gone and the proof is undeniable. Now. Right now, in this moment, with everything that is still unfinished and uncertain and in process, you are ready. You are open. You are the person who receives morning abundance affirmations, not just as words, but as activations of something already present within you. And what is present within you is extraordinary. Say it one more time, not as a hope, not as a wish, as the truest thing you know about yourself in this moment. I am open to receive. Feel it settle. Feel it land in the part of you that has been waiting for permission to believe this. The part that has been carrying the weight of unworthiness for far too long. The part that knows, underneath all the noise and doubt and old stories, that you are meant for more. You are. You always were. And today you are choosing to live from that truth. The abundance is already in motion. The blessings are already arriving. The miracles are already wearing their ordinary faces and waiting for you to recognize them. Open the door. You are ready?